Did they? I don't know if they rolled yet. See who's going to be leading. Jared looks pretty happy.
I mean, why wouldn't you be happy? You're 4-0 in a PTQ.
Yeah, I mean.
What's the other one?
That's Tony Ramasamy, then we need Jared Betcher.
Yeah.
And it looks like our predictions about decks were right, as Jared Betcher will lead tapped with the Steam Bets.
Yeah.
And Tony will play an Ash Zealot and a tap for
Tony,
2.
Tony's coming out swinging. I'm pretty sure that's the most aggressive start his deck can provide. Is a turn 2 Ash Zealot attack.
Yeah, I agree. And that'll drop Jared to 18.
Tony checking for Miracle Sugar, maybe. And
he's going to scry it to the bottom, and he's going to get in for 2. Drop Jared to 16.
Frostburn, weird. Guys, not the best attacker against the blue deck without mana. Okay, he's passing the turn back. See what he's gonna do. He probably has a Supreme Verdict. Maybe he's seeing if Tony's willing to commit more to the board.
If I'm Tony here, I think I just get in for 5 and just pass turn.
Oh yeah, for sure. Looks like Jared's taunting him. He wants him to play more creatures.
Yeah, we could be seeing an Azurius Charm here. And an attack.
He's asking him if I'm pretty sure he's asking if the pumps.
And that is an Azurius Charm in the Frostburn Weird with nothing committed.
Yeah.
So
not sure. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I would have waited to see if Tony pumped first.
I think he asked him if he was going to pump, and he said no.
Yeah.
But being that he wasn't going to pump, I'm not sure that I want to fog 1 damage.
Yeah, and there comes the Boros Reckoner down.
The Reckoner's not actually all that good against these control decks.
Yeah,
Just
agreed.
Pretty much a vanilla 3/3. He's got something for 4 here.
That is a Jace. Yeah, he can't cast Verdict. He's only got 1 white source over there. Jace is going to uptick, and Jared is going to pass the turn.
It's definitely going to be good enough to live through this attack phase.
It appears that Tony has a Fanatic in his hand. That could just straight up kill the Jace right now, and then he could swing at
yeah, but does he have a 4th land, though?
That's the question.
Yeah, for sure. Tony, if he does, I can't imagine that he wouldn't have killed this Jace. Maybe he might not have. Maybe he's still afraid that that second white source and Supreme Verdict is there. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look like. I think obviously he has the Frostburn Weird with Fanatic, and I can't see what the other card is in the back. He does have a 4th land.
There's the 4th land, and there is the Fanatic, and he's going to deal 6 either at Jared or no, he's just going to kill the Jace and get in for 3. The play that I was saying.
Yeah, I think he has to hope here that he doesn't have.
Betcher's going to go to 11.
The Betcher has a white land here and a Verdict. He's in good shape.
And this is a Verdict. And there goes Tony's board. And Tony cannot be happy to see that. A Stormbreath Dragon right here would be a great follow-up, but instead Tony just has a Frostburn Weird and a pass turn.
Yeah.
And this is where Jared Betcher's deck is going to start to thrive with minimal pressure and a decent life total.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, from here, all he needs is like 1 Sphinx's Rev to just get going in this game, and could just be over, especially with Tony not really having anything left in his hand.
Absolutely. And there comes Frostburn Weird for 1 after a pass from Jared Betcher. And we have 3 pumps on the Weird, but it is going to be Azurius Charmed after those pumps back on top of Tony's library.
That is brutal.
That is not what Tony wants to see at all. And Jared's going to go for his turn. Draw step. Mutavolt.
4, let's see.
And it is another Jace, and it's going to -2.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
it Charm, Land, and Divination?
Is it Charm? Not one you see played very often. Tony even has to read this.
I'm not a big fan of Is it Charm. It sees play in Twin in Modern, but I've tested it, and I'm not a big fan of it. But, you know, it is very versatile card.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many does he have in the list? Maybe it's just a spicy one of.
He has 2 Is It Charms in his main deck, and he appears to have none in the sideboard.
Okay. Yeah, let's see what's going on. Here's Storm Breath.
That's a Storm Breath Dragon. Is that going to resolve? No, it is going to be counter-fluxed, and that is a big play right there for Jared Betcher.
Yeah, Jared's just, he's just been on top of it.
Jace's ultimate tank. Verdict, Aetherling, and Elspeth. That is
really hard to make. I mean,
that is the 3-card whammy right there. And you can see the smile on Jared's face.
Yeah.
He knows that the writing's on the wall right here.
Yeah, he takes any 2. He doesn't care. He takes whatever 2.
I think if I'm Jared, I just take the Verdict and the Aetherling and just be like, you know, the Aetherling's going to win the game just as fast as Elspeth at this point. Tony has nothing.
Yeah, and the Supreme Verdict, the Aetherling also lives through the Verdict. So. And here he is.
There's the Aetherling and a pass of the turn.
Yeah.
Tony with a quick glance over to make sure that Aetherling does what he thinks it does, and he is right that it does do indeed everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be
a Reckoner for Tony, but I mean, that thing's not really going to do too much as it's not going to get a chance to block that Aetherling, as it is unblockable for 1 mana.
And then it can still also go on the D afterward if he chooses to do that.
Three mana. Divination. Increasing his hand size. Another 3. He's going to de-sphere that Reckoner. I don't know if I like that play very much, considering, you know, the Aetherling's just going to be a faster Grunt clock. Although it is relevant that Tony does play Burn and Jared is indeed at 11.
And he has Nixos in play. Maybe he doesn't want him to possibly get up any devotion.
Yeah, it is a very cautious play, but it could be correct.
And he did attack last turn, right? What are the actual life totals now, Alex?
Aetherling got in for, I believe, 4 last turn, so Tony should be at 16.
Yeah.
And Aetherling gets in for another 4, dropping Tony to 12.
Yeah, and Jared, yeah, that's it.
And yeah, Tony's just going to pack it up. I mean, beating an Aetherling when you don't have pressure is extremely difficult.
All right, so let's go to the side and see what these guys want to do. I'm pretty sure that Tony has he has Burning Earth. I'm pretty sure he's going to want to bring that in. He also has Skullcrack. He may want to bring that in. He has Assembled Illusions. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be coming in. Peak Eruption is even something I could see him going, if he's going deep, like, Peak Eruption could definitely go in.
Yeah, I agree.
He has 2 of them, and I mean, it could definitely be powerful, especially, it's not very often you get to actually hit the control decks, because they're not red, but, you know, could definitely happen. The Glare might want to come in too. Looks like Tony has a lot that he could bring in. He's just got to be cautious about what he wants to take out.
Jared is not playing Chain of the Rocks in his deck, so Peak Eruption may not be at its best, but it certainly can do damage. Looking at Jared Betcher's deck list, we see 3 Soldier of the Pantheon, which I can't imagine not coming in here. They're definitely coming in. Archangel of Thune. What do you think about that card? Do you see that coming in?
I think it's probably coming in just given the fact that Tony's removal package is really weak, and the Chain of the Rocks is probably coming out.
Yeah.
The Chain of the Rocks and the Mizzy Mortars are probably coming out, so I could easily see Archangel going in.
Assemble the Legion?
Yeah, I think honestly, I think Assemble could come in on either side. I'm not 100% sure.
And we see a negate also in Jared Betcher's sideboard, along with a Celestial Flare, a Pithing Needle, Last Breath, and Wear and Tear. I think if I'm Jared, I definitely want to bring in Soldier of the Pantheon, possibly some number of Archangel Thune, and that Celestial Flare for Stormbreath Dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, the Celestial Flare is definitely fair to bring in. Yeah, Tony has lots of options. If I'm him, I like taking out 3 Mizium Orders, 3 Chain of the Rocks, bring in the Peak Eruptions, the Assemble the Legions, and the Burning Earths.
So the players are still sideboarding and shuffling up, going into game 2 with Jared Betcher up a game. That verdict was just exactly what Jared Betcher wanted to see.
Oh yeah, that was definitely the turn of the whole game. If it was make or break there. That verdict. He needed to white land that turn and a verdict, and he did. And I think he did a pretty good job of holding it back to try to walk Tony into that play.
Yeah, 100%. Tony's still boarding here. Complex decisions, you know. When you're 4-0 and you're down a game and basically you need to go 7-0-2 and you get locked, you know, Tony has to win this game and 2 more. And same thing for Jared, you know, he's being super careful about everything he boards in. So Tony appears to be done boarding here, and the players are shuffling up.
So, yeah, let's see what happens. This one, Tony's going to be in the play. I think that's probably pretty important to get ahead of that verdict a little bit, you know.
Tony gonna go for a final pile shuffle here, and then probably be ready to present.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Tony will be more careful this game about playing into a supreme verdict. Although I do think what he did was the right play. It was make or break there.
I agree. Tony's line of play was 100% correct. I mean, he just had to hope and pray that Jared did not have the white mana or the verdict. He couldn't have both, and Jared happened to have both.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can you guys tell him to fix the camera in the feature match area? It's kind of like got like crooked, like look over here. Like you can see like his arms and stuff, and you can't see the whole mat over here.
Yeah, it's gotta go.
It's just gotta go. Like
Ian,
that,
you want to move the camera upstairs to the?
It's crooked.
It's facing Tony too much.
It's facing Tony too
It needs
much.
to be
Like we can't
twisted
see
and
Jerry
moved
Betcher's
over.
cards back here. Thank you. And they are dealing out their 7-card hands here, and Tony's hand looks like it's got gas in it, and they're moving the camera here. Okay, much better. Oh, a little bit too much, but it's better. And Jared is going to play the soldier, as we've said, and this is a great lead for Jared here.
Yeah. Now, if you're him, do you Start attacking with that guy, or you just hold him back for the D?
I think I hold him back in order to block that weird. I mean, the longer the game goes, the better position Jared's going to be in.
Oh, for sure. He just has bigger plays. Spec Sphinxes, Rev, that sort of thing.
Burning Tree trigger from a Soldier. Jared goes up to 21. Burning Tree just by itself. No friend this time for Burning Tree Emissary. And Jared is going to Divination and draw 2 cards. And Assemble the Legion comes down for Tony, and it resolves. But yeah, that is completely legal. Tony cast that, and Betcher's going to go up to 22. But Assemble the Legion is a big deal. I mean, if Betcher can't deal with that,
looks like he has triple Verdict in his hand, and not enough mana. Maybe he's got Divination here, yeah?
Betcher's going to draw 2, and once again hit no lands. This is exactly the break that Tony's going to need to win this game.
Yeah, Jared's in very bad shape here. These are the type of things these control decks rarely come back from. They can beat tons of permanents, but only if they have the lands to
Jared's going to discard Quicken and Azurius Charm. And Assemble the Legion's going to get a counter on it and put out a guy. Tony plays a Scryland for his turn after resolving his Assemble the Legion trigger. He seems to be in the tank about this one, but he opts to keep it, which is not good for Betcher at all right now.
Yeah, no. I could see him getting out of this, but it's going to take,
And there's a Fanatic dealing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage straight to Jared's dome.
Yeah, Jared's gonna need a Supreme Verdict here and a Detention Sphere somewhere to get through this.
Jared down to 16, and Frostburn, Token, and Burning Tree come in, and he's gonna block the Burning Tree, and he's gonna pump the Frostburn. So that's 3 more damage. So Jared is gonna drop to 13 after this attack. And Jared rips an Elixir, which is not what he wanted to see either. It's going to be able to gain him 5 life, but it's not the land that he wanted. Jared's going to go and opt to play the Elixir this turn and add a second soldier to the board. Now these soldiers are going to be pretty good, but I mean, he's just going to get overwhelmed by this Assemble if this just doesn't get answered.
The backup match, Phil Bertorelli's up a game.
It's just saying that Phil Bertorelli is up a game in our backup match. We will be going to that after this match, but it's not looking good for Jared, and we most likely will be seeing a game 3.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't think. He has the Elixir there, and it's actually even bad to shuffle because he can't really afford to shuffle those spells back into his deck.
And Tony's counting his Devotion, which is not good at all. And it's a second Fanatic, coming in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. Lava Axe to Jared Betcher's face. Betcher down to 8.
He's under siege.
And those Fanatics are really good right now because they just trade straight up with a soldier, and if they don't block him, it's 4 damage.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I could definitely see them blocking. Oh man.
And Tony has a shock for one of the...
Tony says that guy's not blocking.
And Tony comes in with everybody.
And Tony still has 1 mana left to pump. So assuming Jared Betcher blocks
I see Betcher scooping up before the end of this combat phase.
So Betcher goes ahead and blocks and trades with the Fnatic, and he still takes 5 damage and goes to 3.
Yeah, there are no cards in the top of his deck that save him.
Yeah,
the Assemble just kills him the
He
next turn.
can't deal with Assemble and deal with all those creatures right now with only 3 mana. And Betcher's going to scoop it up, and we're going to go to game 3 here. Tony Ramasamy with a great draw against Jared Betcher with a land shortage.
Yeah.
I know it's loud, guys. I know it's loud. How bad is that the light messing with the glare?
It's okay.
Yeah, no, we've been able to see everything visibly. They just, the camera was crooked.
Last round, what you did with the feature matches was perfect. We announced it up there. Everyone knew that's exactly what we need to do every single round.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing that. Like,
And now it actually matters.
it's because we picked up 3 more judges.
Yeah.
We picked up 3 off the floor, so
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
like we had enough to run, but we're doing what we got. We picked up.
Right.
We're running phenomenal. So
Okay, now let's look at the sideboards again, and we're going to reevaluate Jared Betcher's list for game 3 now that he's on the play. I certainly think I like Assemble the Legion in Jared Betcher's list a lot better now that he's on the play. Because resolving Assemble before your opponent is certainly...
I could definitely see, him wanting to bring in Wear Tech. I don't know necessarily that it's going to be that good, but, I could see the want
Yeah.
for Assemble.
I think ultimately what cost Jared Betcher that game was not Tony's permanence, but rather not seeing the 4th land.
Yeah, for sure.
And Jared Betcher had 5 draw steps to find it, and he did it. And he had a divination.
Yes. And then he had the Elixir, which was near unplayable just because it shuffles all of his spells back into his deck, pushes his lands further.
Yep. So we're shuffling up here. Game 3, Jared Betcher on the play. Kevin Jones won the box. Grinder Kevin Jones, who was in the tournament, has won a box in the feature match area for all you Kevin Jones fans out there.
Yeah, he did not do well in the main event, but he's,
What a scrub.
made up for it with winning a box in the side event.
Yeah. He's taking the box upstairs either to sell it or crack it or do something with it. Knowing Kevin Jones, that box could be used for anything. And we are still shuffling here. Each player is making 100% sure that their deck is sufficiently randomized so they do not end up losing a game to some, clumpage of lands like Jared Betcher did last game. Shortage of lands, rather.
Yeah, these friends they're happy, they're both smiling, they're having a good time.
Jared Betcher, for those of you guys that don't know, came in 2nd at a Grand Prix, so he's already huge for this upcoming Pro Tour. Tony Ramasamy is not, but airfare to Valencia is not cheap, so Jared Betcher would love to win today to get that airfare.
Yeah, for sure. And on top of that, it's a 2K, so
Yeah.
with a win will also
Lots
give
of money.
him, 600 cash for first and above and beyond everything.
And don't think that just because we're on round 5 doesn't mean that stuff's not going on. You guys can still come in and, as I said, Kevin Jones just won a box. We're running side events all day. So if you're at home listening, come stop in, come say hi to me and Jeremy, play a side event, watch some of the best players in the Capital Region play some Magic.
Oh yeah, there's tons of good players here.
And then smile and say cheese. Or say
Cheese.
I win.
Yeah, I think almost every round we've featured somebody that has played on the Pro Tour.
Whiskey magic?
Magic.
Alright, magic.
Magic.
Too fuzzy, hold on.
And both players are keeping their hands here. But
Oh, that's a good win, but you want to smile? Give me one more.
it appeared that both players are keeping their hands. I think they're both actually mulling.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Like they're both mulliganing.
Yeah, I thought they both put their hands down and seemed to be keeping, but now it looks like they're both mulling. I knew they were doing something simultaneously.
And the backup match, it looks like, is over. Phil Bertorelli wins 2-0.
Phil Bertorelli 2-0 in the backup match. That puts Phil Bertorelli 5-0, champion of Star City Games event not too long ago, playing Mono Red. I do not know what Phil Bertorelli is on today, but I can only assume that it's something good. And
It's something aggressive.
Yeah.
That guy really, really likes to turn guys sideways.
Oh, completely, man.
I believe at the most recent SCG Invitational, he was on the Red White Devotion deck.
Yeah. So each player is shuffling each other's deck right now. Tony content with Jared Betcher's deck. Jared Betcher shuffling Tony. Jared Betcher, you can be seen in the Pokemon hat. When he's not playing Magic, he's a Pokemaster.
Yeah.
I literally have my timeline filled with stuff about Jared Betcher and his Pokemon. Come on down and talk to Jared Betcher about what his 6-team squad is. And each player drawing their 6 cards. And once again, it appears that Jared Betcher is late on lands. But he just says keep.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the play. I think he has 2 or 3 lands, which, is enough to get him started. And the deck probably has a good 26, 27 lands in it.
Tony with a Frostburn Weird, but it is gonna be Last Breath, putting Tony up to 24 life, but indeed getting rid of the Frostburn Weird and shrinking Devotion. And Jared with a land off the top.
Probably gonna drop a Divination here, yeah.
Divination, getting him right back in
By
this
the looks
game.
of it, I think he has another one in his hand, so he should probably run fairly smooth for lands this game. Hopefully. Hopefully we'll have a good game.
Devotion number 2 here. Divination number 2.
Oh man, and he did miss the land anyway, despite seeing 4 additional cards.
Yep.
So let's see what Tony has to fire back with.
And it is a Burning Earth. Oh my god, that is not at all what Jared Betcher wants to see right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Land screwed with Burning Earth is certainly not in a position he wants to be in. He's going to put on an Elixir, which is going to bide him some time, but that Burning Earth is just going to chip away at his life total.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, again, that Elixir is very good normally pushing spells back into your deck if you want to draw spells. But he doesn't want to draw spells here.
And Tony Ramaswamy is going to shock himself twice off the Burning Earth, putting himself down to 22, and he's going to go for some play right here.
Is it 4 lands or 5?
It is a Stormbreath Dragon, and that is resolving and in the red zone. Now Jared Betcher has a Celestial Flare in his hand, but he just can't seem to get it out there.
Yeah, he's definitely in bad shape right now. That is what a lot of players are saying right now about these control decks. They beat everything except for their own land bases.
And Jared Betcher has a land in the play tapped. But that Stormbreath Dragon just demands an answer right now, and Jared Betcher does not have it. Scryland for Tony. He's going to opt to put that shock to the bottom, as it is not doing anything as of right now. In for 4. Betcher down to 10.
Yeah, kind of questionable why the shock was there in the first place, seeing as how he doesn't run any in the main, and he had it last game too, right?
Yeah, I think he keeps it in for the Soldier of the Pantheon.
Yeah, he sideboarded it in to say 1 of.
And Tony's gonna play out a Mogus and take 2 from his Burning Earth, but he's also gonna deal 4 damage to Betcher. That's gonna put Betcher down to 6 and Tony back down to 20. Betcher's gonna pop the Elixir and go back up to 11.
Yeah, this
But he's also gonna take 1 off doing that off of Burning Earth, so he's at 10.
Yeah, so
And Tony at 20. That's what I think
it's gonna take a couple good draws here for Jared to get back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, he does not have that second white source for Verdict or for Celestial Flare. So
yeah, he absolutely needs a white source off the top, and that might still not be enough, but he needs it off the top to stay in this game.
And Tony just does not want to see a white source right here from Jared Betcher at all. Jared Betcher draws. He tilts his head back and laughs.
It's probably a sign that he did not get the land.
Yeah, if Jared Betcher
Tony's
had that
asking
land,
him, do you have it? I don't know. Jared apparently wants to slow roll him either.
he gets the white source, but it's an in-play tap.
That is kind of hilarious. That's why he was laughing.
He's going to look at the top of his deck. He's going to leave it. But I don't know if he'll be seeing that card or not.
If it's not a white land. Like, you know.
Jared Betcher is going to scoop it up. Tony
Tony
Ramasamy,
wins
2-1 over Jared Betcher.
Yep.